If you want to create a movie look in Lightroom, the good news is you can get a cinematic result fast without needing advanced editing skills. In this tutorial, I'll show you a simple workflow you can use on almost any photo to make it feel more like a film still than a regular snapshot. This is perfect for portraits, street shots, travel photos, and even moody landscape images. And if you find this helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more easy photo editing tutorials. Let's start with the first step, which is cropping for a cinema feel. Movies usually don't look square, so the aspect ratio matters a lot. Open the crop tool in Lightroom, and then choose a wider frame like 16:9. If you want a more dramatic anamorphic style, you can even use 2.35:1. That widescreen shape instantly gives your image a more cinematic composition and helps it feel like a frame from a movie scene. Next, we're going to build that classic matte tone curve. A big part of the movie look is softened blacks rather than deep crushed shadows. Open the tone curve panel and gently lift the bottom left point just a little. This raises the black level and gives your image that faded, film-like shadow detail. Then create a light S-curve by adding a point in the midtones and nudging the highlights slightly upward. This adds contrast without making the image too harsh. Now let's move into color grading, which is where the cinematic style really comes to life. Open the color grading panel and focus on the shadows first. Push the shadow wheel a little toward teal or blue. Then go to the highlights and push them toward orange or yellow. This teal and orange combination is a classic film color grade because it creates separation between cool shadows and warm skin tones. If your subject starts looking too blue, use the balance slider to bring more warmth back into the image. After that, add a little more depth with effects. First, try a subtle vignette. Lower the post-crop vignetting just enough to pull the viewer's eyes toward the center of the frame. You do not want it to look obvious, just enough to shape the mood. Then add grain. A grain setting around 15 to 25 can give the photo a physical film texture that feels much more natural and artistic. If the image still needs more atmosphere, add just a small amount of dehaze. That can help create contrast and depth without making the edit look overprocessed. Now let's talk about a few quick finishing tips that make a huge difference. First, lower the overall saturation a little, because real film usually doesn't look overly neon or hyper-colored. At the same time, keep some vibrance so the image still feels alive. Second, pay attention to white balance. For sci-fi or thriller styles, a cooler tone often works best. For dramas or golden hour scenes, a warmer tone can give the image a richer movie feel. Small adjustments here can completely change the mood. The key to a good cinematic edit is keeping everything subtle. You want the photo to feel like a film frame, not a heavy filter. So make each adjustment gently, then zoom out and check the full image. If the colors, contrast, and framing all work together, you'll have that movie look in just a few minutes. If this Lightroom tutorial helped you, please give the video a like, subscribe for more editing guides, and let me know in the comments if you want more photo style breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.